friends, Quill here. Welcome back to the channel as some more Pokemon Sword and Shield news. In this video, we're going to be talking about the new trailer for the Crown Tundra that just came out today, September 29th, 2020. But before we get started, make sure you hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any Pokemon news coming forward. We try to cover as much as we can here on the channel. Full disclosure, I have already seen this trailer. I actually did record my initial reaction to everything that was going on, but the audio was kind of weird, as well as, you know, I didn't do much talking because I was just taking in everything that I could. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get into this trailer. There's a lot to unpack, a lot to talk about. I'm really excited. Let's just go ahead and start. So here, yes, Ishihara talks to us for a little while. There are a few key points. That they don't really touch on. They touch on it, but they don't like emphasize those big points. Some things that I'm going to be able to point out to you because I've already seen it and been able to take it in. So this is all just like our normal adventure that we've seen before. Zacian Zamazenta. We see the Isle of Armor that we've already gone through, and then. And then we enter the Crown Tundra. Really awesome. I don't know how that person was growing a garden, but there are some legendary birds. There was Galarian Slowking, which looks really cool. I'll back up once we're through all of this to show you that. But it looks to be almost. It looks like a ghost type to me, but it could definitely be dark. We'll take a second look at it for sure. But there's Zygarde, Cresselia, Tapu Koko. We've got Suicune. In these raid dens. I forget what exactly they're calling them, but they're like big adventure-style raid dens instead of like the single, you battle one Pokemon. That's how you can encounter legendary Pokemon from other regions. And in fact, you're going to find out that you can encounter any legendary Pokemon. And here is the Galarian Star Tournament. It's really interesting. So it's kind of reminiscent of the Pokemon World Tournament from Generation 5. Except in Generation 5 you could battle gym leaders and champions from previous generations. That doesn't appear to be the case with this Galarian Star Tournament. But that's fine. You can't expect too much. Just this little extra bit of challenge to go back and experience is cool anyway. There's Giratina. Ooh. Another interesting thing is that those legendary Pokemon can Dynamax, or at least they're Dynamax when you encounter them in the wild. Obviously, the legendaries from this generation can't Dynamax or Gigantamax, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, the Crown Tundra is looking pretty cool. I think there's going to be less of a story involved. Yeah, we're going to listen to him talk about it for a little bit.
In the Crown Tundra, the second area unlocked by your expansion pass, you'll explore a snow.
So this is included in, if you bought the Isle of Armor expansion pass, you've already gotten this.
There, you'll meet Peony.
And I wonder how much of a story this is going to have, because they've got one character, they've got Peony at least. So it seems like we're going to be investigating for him, which does insinuate then there is some sort of story.
But that's not all that awaits you in the Crown Tundra. Lots of legendary Pokemon call the area home.
And this is the part that makes it really cool, right? So like any story that they would give us,
it looks like your adventures in this.
It's going to be a Pokemon story. It might be a little bit underwhelming, but we're going to be able to encounter all of these legendary Pokemon. I'm going to back up because I'm talking over this guy.
It looks like your adventures in this wintry land will give you an opportunity to obtain every legendary Pokemon that's appeared in the main series of Pokemon games so far.
And that's huge. Okay, the fact that you're going to be able to encounter all of the legendary Pokemon, that's what that's telling me, right, is that there is no legendary version exclusives, right? So like if you have Pokemon Sword, for example, you're not going to be stuck with only Dialga and not Palkia, or only Kyogre and not Groudon. as I understand it, and that could be wrong. I could be wrong, and there could be version exclusives, but it doesn't sound like there are version exclusives to be had. Something else that's interesting is we also see some Generation 8 legendaries included in this. All legendary Pokemon are found in the Crown Tundra, so I'm wondering too, are we going to be able to catch a second Zamazenta or a second Zacian, a second, I can't remember the big one's name, the dude with the hand, he's right here. Are we going to be able to catch a second version, or a second, even Urshifu? Like a second Urshifu would be insane. On top of that, all of the other legendaries, I think that's really interesting. I wonder how easy it is going to be to catch these Pokemon. Like when you enter one of these big raid dens, is there guaranteed to be a legendary at the end of them? Dynamax Adventures, right? Hold up, maybe he said that.
Legendary Pokemon seem to dwell deep inside a special layer where Dynamax Pokemon are said to lurk.
Okay.
The same layer you can explore during Dynamax Adventures.
So it seems, if I had to guess, it doesn't seem like you're confirmed to find a legendary at the end of the Dynamax Adventure. But it seems like you definitely could. Dynamax Pokemon tend to be easier to catch, so that'll be really awesome. Galarian Star Tournament looks really cool. It'll be a good, cool diversion. It's not something I'm probably gonna do beyond a couple run-throughs. Now, it'll be cool if you can team up with like a Wi-Fi connection sort of thing, like team up with another person over Wi-Fi or even local communication. Basically here he's saying that like version exclusive gym leaders are going to be available in the opposite game to battle with or against. This is huge. Okay, so Crown Tundra, so the placeholder date has been November 30th for the release of the Crown Tundra. Today they have said that it is going to be, in fact, October 22nd, which is so early. Really awesome. I mean, less than a month now. What is it, like 3 weeks that we've got before we wait on these games, or on this portion of the game, rather. So for once, Pokemon is early. That's really great. We'll be able to get some content up pretty soon then. That'll probably be about the time I'm finishing up my Black 2 Nuzlocke at the rate I've been going. So we'll see how that goes. Here's another thing. If you've not played Pokemon Sword and Shield yet, I know that some of my viewers, specifically viewers that I know in person, have not picked up Pokemon Sword and Shield yet. So if you want to do that with the expansion pass, they're going to be offering, I'm assuming it'll be $90, because that'll be $60 for the base game and then $30 for the expansion pass. So maybe it'll be worth it to pick that up. I'm not quite sure. That's kind of a call for you. If you don't have a Switch yet, get a Switch. They're really good. Lots of good games. This is a little bit less exciting for me. I don't care about the special Pikachus. Yeah, you get the Ash Pikachu, Ash Cat Pikachu. There's the first one, Pikachu Get. I'll get that as soon as I sign off. I wonder if you'll be able to Gigantamax them. Ah, yes, okay. So we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew that Pokemon Go was going to be connectable to Pokemon Home eventually. We just didn't know when. Now is basically the time. So that's really cool. I'm not much of a Pokemon Go player. Yeah, then you can Meltan to show up, and then you can evolve into Melmetal, or you can get this Gigantamax Melmetal. Right, here, I'm going to back up just a little bit and stop talking.
You'll also receive a mystery in Pokemon Home containing a special Melmetal. that is capable of Gigantamax.
All right, so that's really interesting. I want to just highlight that very quickly. So you don't have to go through the game to evolve your Meltan the way that you did in old games. They basically, you just transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go to Pokemon Home, and then you get this mystery gift Melmetal, which can Gigantamax. I don't know what the Gigantamax secondary effect is. I guess we'll have to find that out later. Or we probably already know that. I just don't know it, but it's whatever.
Metal like this hasn't been available until now.
So that's really cool. Gigantamax Melmetal looks interesting, I suppose, but
Special Melmetal and unleash its powerful G-Max move.
so that's all well and good.
We're planning to have the link between Pokemon Go and Pokemon Home all set up before the end of 2020.
So that means we won't be able to get Melmetal for a little while at least, but
That's all the new information about our game
there we go.
for you today. I do have one last announcement for you though.
And then they have a music video. I'm not going to show the music video.
I made a special music video for you all. This was a team effort
Hold up.
between Pokemon and the popular Japanese rock band Bump of Chicken.
I've never heard of Bump of Chicken. If you have, comment down below. Let me know if they have any good stuff. But I'm not going to share the music video simply because there's probably copyright involved with that. I don't want to touch that. Definitely go check it out for yourself though. The music video. I haven't watched the thing in its entirety yet, but all the comments are very positive about it. Everyone says how great it is. Definitely go check it out. But in terms of news, that's really all there is. I do want to go back and highlight a couple of things, namely, and especially that Galarian Slowking that they just kind of glossed over. I think it's a little bit earlier, in fact. If I can find it very quickly. There it is. Okay, so there's Galarian Slowking. So now they make Galarian Slowbro actually really good with that quick draw ability, allowing it to go first pretty often. I wonder if there will be something that Slowking gets that's comparable to that. Here we see it's almost like a jewel, because we know that this is supposed to be a Shelter or whatever. But we see almost like a jewel on the head of this Shelter. It's I don't know, because like on one hand I feel like this could be a ghost type, but actually now the closer I look at it, the more I think it might be a dark type. It almost looks like the Shelter has overtaken the Slowbro almost. So that seems like a dark Pokemon sort of trope to me. So what we might be getting is a Psychic and a dark type. It might be Psychic and Ghost. But yeah, at second glance, I would probably have to guess Psychic and Dark. Alright, so I was just about to sign off, but then I signed on to the Pokemon Sword and Shield website before I started editing everything. And it actually has a little bit more information. So it looks like here, like we found out November 6th, you're going to be able to go ahead and order your Pokemon Sword and Shield Plus Expansion Pass bundle. If you go and try to pre-order it at this point, however, it is a broken link. It's not going to work quite yet, but I'm assuming within the next month or so, that'll be up for sure. But if you purchase the expansion pass early, so like if you've already gotten it, you will get a code, rather, to receive 100 Pokeballs as a special purchase bonus. So that's not, like groundbreaking or anything. It'd be better if they were like fastballs or something that were a little bit more useful. Also, you'll get these Pikachu and Eevee outfits if that's more up your alley. But possibly even more exciting is this Galarian Slowking. It is actually Poison Psychic. So I was starting to say like Dark or Ghost and Psychic, but in fact it is also Poison Psychic. Not too sure how I feel about that. Them going with the same typing as the Galarian Slowbro, but I suppose that goes along with the Slow family, doesn't it? Now I can definitely see it with like the poison pouring out of the headpiece or whatever. Here it says a Shelter bite set off a reaction between the chemicals secreted by Galarian Slowpoke's brain and the spices inside its body, causing Slowpoke to gain the poison type as it evolved into Galarian Slowking. The Shelter's intelligence also skyrocketed, giving Shelter psychic powers that put other psychic-type Pokemon to shame. So that's really interesting. And over here, a Hexpert. A Hexpert? I don't know. Oh, Hexpert, okay. So it's like a Hex, but an expert in hexes. Sure, whatever. that communicates through strange incantations. So Galarian Slowking have been observed uttering incantations in order to communicate with one another. They also appear to chant mysterious spells using moves in battle. Exactly what these Slowking are saying has yet to be fully understood. So Galarian Slowking's signature move is Eerie Spell. It's a psychic-type special move in which the Pokemon attacks with tremendous psychic powers. If hit, the opponent doesn't only take damage, it loses 3 PP from the last move used. Okay, so it's like a spite sort of thing. That's interesting. Could be really good to stall Pokemon, of course. Slowking, Slowbro are already really good stalling Pokemon to begin with, but you can also stall out PP apparently, which is kind of broken. You can probably pair Slowking up with a pressure Pokemon like a Dusclops or something like that, and very quickly sap your opponent's power points. So I don't know how great that would work in like VGC or something like that, but it's definitely worth considering just because of this new move, Eerie Spell. Also, Curious Medicine, Galarian Slowking's ability. Curious Medicine is a new ability introducing expansion. When a Pokemon with this ability enters the battlefield, the ally stat changes are reset. That's huge, especially in the world of Dynamax, where everyone's stats are constantly rising and following. This Curious Medicine ability is going to be really great to reset those. So I assume that Slowking is going to end up being an important pivot Pokemon in the doubles metagame. Obviously, there's no way quite to tell that for sure yet. Very interesting. So Galarian Slowking has this new ability and this new move, both of which seem very interesting, and let it fill certain slots, right? So like this Curious Medicine ability allows it to work as a pivot, sort of. I don't know if it's better than Regenerator quite, if it still gets that. But the Curious Medicine definitely works as a pivot to cancel out stat changes, and then the Eerie Spell just makes it really annoying and stally. Pokemon that use moves like Blizzard aren't going to be able to do that very much because of this Eerie Spell that very quickly, I mean 3 PP is quite a bit when you're dealing with moves that have 5 or 8 or even 10 PP, that actually depletes things very quickly. So really interesting. Especially if you've got like a choiced Pokemon, then Eerie Spell is really going to put a damper on them. It kind of depends on the base power of this move, how viable it actually becomes. But I think it could be really interesting, and it'll change up the metagame even a little bit. It'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I just wanted to insert that in very quickly. Back to my outro. That is all of the new news about the Crown Tundra. Most exciting things, of course, being the Galarian Slowking. Also, that you're going to be able to encounter every legendary Pokemon that has appeared so far, implying even possibly additional legendaries from the Generation 8 games, but certainly others. And it doesn't seem at this time that there will be version-exclusive legendaries, which is huge, because I was really afraid that I was buying this one expansion pass and then I would miss out on a bunch of legendaries. But that doesn't look like that's going to be the case. You should be able to find all of them, or at least that's what it seems like. Don't quote me on that. Just going off of Pokemon's words here. But that's really awesome. I can't wait for this expansion pass to come out so I can start exploring it. And that they moved up the release date to October 22nd, so we're going to be able to play it over a month earlier than we expected. So yeah, that is some pretty exciting news. Make sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. What are you most excited about? Which Pokemon are you most excited to encounter in the Crown Tundra? Hit the like button if you haven't already. And like I said before, if you're interested in Pokemon news, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything coming forward. But that will do it for this episode, my friends. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, see you next time.